Lauren, and this is the lovely Hannah, who was our model for the Greatest Lash. You may recognise her from the box there. So I'm going to recreate the look that I did on Hannah on the photo shoot. So I'm going to start by prepping her skin. Hannah's already moisturised. I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime and also the MAC 190 foundation brush. I'm just going to put that all over the skin. So primer's really there to stop the makeup moving, keep everything in place. Make sure it's everywhere, especially in the oily areas. Okay, now I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear makeup, and I'm going to start with the eyes and just run that over the eyes. This is just a base for the eye makeup. I find it easier to do the eyes first, and then you can clean up any eyeshadow that's fallen out afterwards. Okay, now I'm just going to use MAC Block Powder, and this MAC, I think it's a 119 brush, and I'm just going to take that over the top. This just takes any oil out and keeps the eyes nice and matte, ready for the eyeshadow going on. Just take it over like that. That's it. Okay, so now I'm going to use this cream colour, which is from, it's called Brulee from MAC. This one here. And this brush, which is a crown brush. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm going to just pat that again over the eye. It's a lovely matte creamy colour, which is perfect for this look. I'm using it as a base, taking it all over. Okay, next I'm using the same brush, and I'm going to use this colour, which is a MAC Vanilla Pigment. They're just in these because it's easy for me in my kit to keep them like this. They usually come in a small pot from MAC. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on the lower lid, taking it into the corner there, and taking that over the lower lid. Not too high onto the socket, so we're going to put another colour in the socket, and then under the brow. Plenty there, and you can just buff it through afterwards. Okay, now I'm going to use this colour here, which is called Quarry from MAC. I'm going to use this, which is a crown brush. It's a C139 tapered crease brush. I'm just going to use that to create a crease in Hannah's eye. So, just going to start in the corner there and then take it through the socket. Give it that lovely defined look, which is really nice. Don't worry too much if it looks too harsh, the line, because I'm going to buff it through in a minute with a different brush. Take that right across almost to the centre of the eye. Okay, then using this MAC brush, which I think is a 217, it's a fluffy brush, it's like a goat hair, and I'm just going to buff that through so you don't get that really harsh line. Just keep blending until it's a nice soft blended colour. Okay, I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess bronzer, and I'm just going to use that again on that fluffy brush just to soften the line again here. I just think it finishes it really nicely. Make sure it's all blended in. If you feel it's not blended well up here near the brow, just use a clean brush and just buff it through. So you can see all the makeup here under her eyes, which is why I do the skin last. So for eyeliner, I'm going to use this, which is the Illamasqua gel liner. I like this one, it keeps in place and stays on. This is the MAC 266 brush, which has got a nice flat angle here, which is perfect for putting eyeliner on and creating that flick. So with this, I find it's better to just get it on your brush and then sort of dab the edges off, and then you've not got a big blob on your brush. If you close your eye hand. So I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to take it through. Make sure you're getting it right in the lash line mainly. Right down in the lash line first. So you get them to open their eye and then just go in that inner corner. Close again. So now we've got a thin line, we can start taking it up a bit, making it a little bit thicker. And just do it a bit at a time. It's quite difficult to do. Just do a small bit at a time, it's much easier. I'm just following the end of Hannah's lashes here to create this flick on the end. I'm bringing it back that way to a point. Just make sure it's right in the middle eye. And then the same on the other eye. So it's that lovely vintage look. Now I'm going to apply the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Infinite Mascara, which is the newest one. If you look up on me. Hannah's got lovely long lashes anyway. Do the lowest first, and then look down for me, Hannah. Make sure you're getting right in at the root there. Sort of wiggle the brush and you don't get clumps. Okay. So that's the eyes done. Now I'm just going to clean it up with a wipe. I'm just using a Boots wipe here. And make sure all that makeup that's dropped is cleaned up, and also just make the edge really sharp on the liner if it isn't. So I've already prepped Hannah's skin and I'm going back to the Estee Lauder. This is 2C1, which is pure beige. I'm just going to put that all over. This is a MAC foundation brush. It's a 187, and I find it's best for buffing makeup into the skin. You just get a more flawless finish. And make sure you work it in around the nose here. Okay, so I've done Hannah's base and I'm going to use this MAC concealer. It is a mineralised concealer in NC20. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to put it on the back of my hand first. And then using the MAC 194 brush, I'm going to put that under her eyes. And then I'm going to blend it through with a MAC 224. I like to use this brush just so you can buff it in and you're not getting it sitting in lines or anywhere like that. Just buff it through into the skin. Just take it and make sure you take it right up to under the eye. As close as you can to the lower lash line. Okay, if you do want to create a little bit of light reflection down the nose, you can put the concealer there. Just buff it through. And you can also put it. You can also just put it here as well, just to brighten these areas. Okay, now I'm going to use the black powder and just set all that makeup, and I'm using a crown brush. Just a powder dome brush it is from Crown. So just a tiny bit on your brush and tap it off. You don't want loads of powder on. And we're just setting around the more oily areas. I tend to leave these areas and then they're not too matte. Okay, back in with the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess bronzer, and this is a Crown Jumbo Chisel Powder Brush. I'm going to just contour a little bit. Okay, Hannah, so if you can slip your cheeks in like that. So we're just taking that into the more hollow areas of the face just to create a contour effect. If you are contouring, I do find it better to use a matte powder like this rather than one with a shimmer in. And I'm going to use a blusher. Okay, so I'm going to use this colour, which is Dolly Mix by MAC, and my MAC 116 brush to put the blusher on. Okay, Hannah, sort of smile for me. So just putting it on the apples of the cheeks. This is a nice bright colour. So I'm starting with the apples of the cheeks. Again, you don't want any harsh lines. And I'm going to go back in with my MAC Vanilla Pigment, which is this one, and this brush, which is from Crown, but I'm not sure what it's called. Okay, so just a little bit. And I'm just going to use this to highlight the cheeks. Really blend it in. You don't want like a harsh line. Light. Go over that with my powder brush just to make sure it's not too much. Okay, and that's the skin done. Now I'm just going to quickly go through Hannah's brows with a little bit of, I'm going to use eyeshadow. This is a MAC eyeshadow called Mystery. So I'm just going to use that with my MAC 268, I think it is. I'm just going to take that through. So we want a definite line here, and then just tick it through the rest. So don't want it too harsh. And particularly when you come here, you don't want that very square look. You want it to look natural so that it fades through. Hannah's got really nice brows anyway, so she doesn't need a lot. I'm just going to brush through those, just make sure they're perfect. Okay. Let's do Hannah's lips. This is a MAC lip pencil in Ablaze, to make sure it's sharp. Okay, Hannah, so just do that. That's it. Start in the middle corner, take it down. Bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to use this Estee Lauder red lipstick in Scarlet Siren and my MAC lip brush, which is a 209 brush. This is quite a classic red tone with like a cherry hint. I don't want to put loads on, just want it more like a stain. just for this little bit more glamour, we're going to use the MAC Dazzle Glass. This is in Love Alert, just to make our lips nice and shiny. And I think it just finishes it off if you have a bit of glass on top. Okay, so I'm going to finish the look off by putting this lash on, which is the greatest lash, which is the one Hannah modelled for. And there she is on the back, with the same look. Okay. So, when you finish your makeup, you need to set aside about 5 minutes for putting lashes on, or else you get stressed and start worrying about it, and you don't need to do that. So first of all, you need to just carefully take the lashes from the box, and then before you do anything, measure them to make sure that they fit properly. Okay, so you want them to start where your own lashes start and finish where your own lashes finish. If they're absolutely perfect on Hannah. If they are too long, they're going to poke you in the eye here and hang off the edge here, which you don't want. But if they are too long, just take a little pair of scissors and trim. I tend to trim just a tiny bit off either side. I think that's the best way to do it, and then the level, and then just measure them up. But just take them a bit at a time, because you don't want them to go too short. So if you're doing that, make sure you measure both lashes, and then you can do them at the same time. I'm just going to use our glue. This is the Blink Pro glue. It's a latex glue. I found it's the best. And then what you want to do is put the glue all along this spine here. This is what we call the spine of the lash. And the place that lashes do tend to start lifting is either the outer corner or the inner corner, so maybe a little bit more there, but not too much. Okay. And then I find the best way to put lashes on is to use tweezers, because you can get them in the right place then. So once your glue's on, you need to leave it for about 30 seconds to a minute at least. You can give them a waft. If you're putting them on yourself, you can blow them, but not if you're putting them on someone else. Very nice. So we'll just waft them about like this for a bit until the glue goes tacky. So this is where most people make a mistake with the lashes. They put the glue on, it's not gone tacky, and they start sliding around. So that's when you start getting problems getting your lashes on. So when it's ready and it's tacky, you can place them on and then just tuck the sides in. Okay, so just look down. Okay, and you know the glue's tacky because that's just gone straight on there. I'm just going to tuck either side in. And that's it. That one's on. Now you can see the glue's white there, but it will dry, so it's completely clear. If you are worried you've put a little bit too much on, you can always just dab it off the blood, but you're probably better off just to leave it. Our lashes have a really nice curved spine, so it makes them much easier to apply. Okay, just open for me. So there you go, the lashes are on. What you can do is you can finish that with a little coat of mascara, if you want to. Just to make them blend in with your own lash. And that glue will dry clear, like I said, but some people like to put some liner over the top again, but as our lashes do have an invisible spine, you won't be able to see that at all. So that's it, finished. Thank you for watching.